Fact, acid blockers are not the answer to stomach issues. I'm sorry, they're not. They're a great short-term Band-Aid. They're a great way to help with like the immediate need for helping with reflux, heartburn, burping, belching, indigestion, maybe silent reflux, unhealthy inflammatory responses of the stomach lining, etc. Right? I mean, too much stomach acid, too little stomach acid, they're great for that. They are not addressing the root cause of the problem, just so everybody's aware. They're just blocking stomach acid. Why do you need stomach acid? Why is blocking stomach acid not the long-term solution? That's the question you should be asking, and here's the answer. Blocking stomach acid isn't good because you need healthy stomach acid levels. Healthy stomach acid levels are key to nutrient absorption and digestion. They are absolutely critical to block and prevent pathogens from getting in the intestinal system. Low stomach acid is a cause of bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine. If you do not have enough stomach acid, you're going to have a slow motility of the stomach. Slow motility of the stomach obviously is going to cause discomfort, reflux, heartburn, burping, belching, stomach discomfort, aches, pains, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people are going to go do research on the causes, the underlying root causes of reflux and heartburn issues. You will find that a weak and damaged LES is one of those causes. Low stomach acid contributes to and causes a weak or damaged lower esophageal sphincter called a LES. Here's another one for you, and almost everybody misses this. Low stomach acid is going to contribute to and be a cause of gallbladder and pancreas issues. So here's an interesting one. A lot of people reach out to us and they say I have gallbladder issues. You should probably start up top and help with the stomach acid levels, because low stomach acid levels are going to contribute to gallbladder issues. A lot of people go in, they take an antibiotic for SIBO, bacterial overgrowth, for example. They do a great job with antibiotics of killing all the bacterial overgrowth, and they continue to have discomfort, bloating, gas, all of that kind of stuff. Why would they have that? Well, because they didn't address the low stomach acid issues or the motility of the small intestine, which means they're most likely going to have an overgrowth come back in the future. But at the very least, whether you know it or not, low stomach acid is a direct contributor to a pancreas insufficiency. The pancreas is responsible for enzyme production. Okay, so if you're not producing enough enzymes to break down foods, you are going to have food intolerances / sensitivities. You're going to have bloating, gas, distension, all of those things. Okay, so even if you go take an antibiotic for SIBO issues and you did not address low stomach acid, which is a direct cause of the pancreas not producing enough enzymes, you're going to have a problem. Now, we address the pancreas from two ways. One, obviously, the stomach acid level, but in our gut health protocols, which are after we address the stomach, when we're addressing the gut barrier. When you have a leaky gut barrier, you have pathogens that are going to leak out. It's going to cause inflammation. They're going to translocate into the pancreas. The pancreas becomes inflamed, and you get low production of enzymes. We're going to hit it from both channels. So a lot of people ask us about the pancreas. Whether you know it or not, we have you covered. We have to assume there's always a problem. So those are the reasons you have to address. You have to have normal stomach acid levels. It's key to everything from digestion to how your other organs and digestion parts in the system work. You have to have it, okay? So our response to helping people with stomach issues, by the way, really good for constipation too, is we pair motility with reflux. Now, this is how we are addressing underlying root causes. Motility contains two clinically studied ingredients at the clinical doses. One is called picornel artichoke leaf extract. The research suggests it is about up to 4 to 5 times more effective than standard artichoke leaf extract. The mechanism of action in which this works is it helps increase bile flow. Bile flow is obviously essential for regularity for the system. So a lot of people with constipation issues have low bile flow, but you need bile flow in order to push pathogens through the gut and through the system. So bile flow is a really big deal. You need bile flow. This helps increase, the picornel increases it up to 150% over 60 days, which is pretty freaking amazing, okay? All right, the next ingredient in motility is called digestion. Digestion is how we help the parasympathetic nervous system activity in the body. Whether you know it or not, most stomach issues, bacterial overgrowth issues, and intestinal issues, including the colon, they are a parasympathetic nervous system dysfunction. You can go research it. Motility helps the parasympathetic nervous system. Vagal activity, we're helping with that. So we're helping with turn on motility, we're helping the gut-brain axis, we're helping restore the gut-brain axis. With the digestion, we're significantly helping increase serotonin levels. Low serotonin equals constipation. You need serotonin in the digestive system to help with the motility system. It helps with stress response. Go look at one of the primary causes of stomach issues, high stress. The digestion helps reduce, for example, cortisol up to 42%. It's doing that, but it's really helping with stress responses in the entire system. Motility is not just a constipation product. You need to improve motility in the stomach. You need the stomach to be emptying in a normal, healthy way. That pulls intra-abdominal pressure down, which is also good for the lower esophageal sphincter. You need this. The digestion is also key to increasing gastrin levels a lot, okay? So it increases gastrin levels between, I think, up to 20 to 25%. Obviously, the more time, the better. But what it's really doing is it's helping restore healthy gastrin levels. Gastrin is the hormone responsible for digestion. You need gastrin in order to produce healthy stomach acid levels. So a lot of people are like, well, how are you helping with stomach acid? Well, we're helping restore the stomach lining. We're helping restore gastrin levels. We're helping with motility of the stomach. Slow motility of the stomach is an indirect cause of low stomach acid levels. We're helping with all of those things. That's what we're doing. Now that leads me to the Reflux product. Reflux has one clinically studied ingredient at the clinical dose. It's called Mucosal. You do not need a lot of Mucosal. A lot of people take this and they're like, it doesn't seem like a lot. You're getting a lot. 400 milligrams is the daily dose for reflux. Extremely effective. We call it a salve on the stomach lining and intestinal system. But specific to the stomach, reflux goes in and helps coat the stomach lining to help restore a healthy stomach lining. Now, this same process that's helping with the stomach lining is also going to help with the intestinal system to restore the intestinal lining in a healthy way. Also good for constipation, by the way. It's going to hydrate the colon, meaning it's going to naturally hydrate the colon. Laxatives are artificial ways of hydrating the colon. It's like a way to force it. This restores a healthy gut lining, okay? So different approach, different mechanism of action. It's also a prebiotic. Last, if you have major issues, you need to go big, okay? So this doesn't apply always to all products, but with these two products, it applies. We do this a lot. We help a lot of people with a lot of stomach issues. If you have mild issues, meaning you have you're not on acid blockers, you're not on laxatives, you have occasional stomach issues and you're starting to do food avoidance, or you just avoid foods that cause stomach issues, or you don't eat late at night and stuff like that as to avoid issues, you're okay with the mild protocol. You can do the mild option. You can do it for 60 days. You're welcome. If you are on acid blockers, you're popping something to inhibit acid, protect against acid, whatever, in any shape or form, and or you are using laxatives, either or. And maybe you even have stomach issues, constipation, and diarrhea. By the way, digestion also helps with diarrhea, believe it or not, because it's helping the parasympathetic nervous system, just so you're aware. All right, so if you have these issues, you want the moderate to severe protocol, you're going to stay on your acid blockers and laxatives for the 4 to 8 weeks, and then you will slowly start to graduate off of them. You will slowly ease off them. You don't just stop taking them, okay? Next, a lot of people wonder about H. pylori overgrowth. We have two options for that. You can either go with the more aggressive protocol. You can DM us or message us and say, hey, what's the more aggressive protocol? Because I want to help with H. pylori issues up front, which would include the Reflux Pro versus just standard reflux. Some people need it, some do not. That's why we offer both options. If you need it up front, that's a different protocol. Send us a message. Obviously, it's a little bit more expensive, but wow, I cannot get more aggressive than that protocol. That's just like, wow. Okay, so you would do that. And by the way, even if a person does this protocol, this is step one. And afterwards, we always encourage people to work on their gut issues if they want. We encourage that. Obviously, low stomach acid issues causes gut issues. We encourage people to do the Slow Motility Plus protocol. And then please consider doing a cleanup and rebuild up of the gut. This is the correct way to do things if you have bacterial overgrowth issues, gut barrier issues, all of that. This is the correct approach. You can always message us after step one and say, hey, step one worked great. How do I do the following steps? Step two will also address H. pylori overgrowth, by the way. So this is the correct approach for dealing with stomach issues. If you like the direct approach and you're willing to put in the time and you're not wanting just a quick gimmick fix, this is the answer. You're welcome. Bye.